Hi everyone, back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with another Rumour Has It video where we're talking about players linked to the football club in the upcoming transfer window. And we're talking about a key position right here. It's a position that I've been prattling on about for ages, and a lot of you have done as well. Another striker. We need another striker to come in alongside Alexander Isak and Callum Wilson, who are picking up knocks. Isak's out currently. Wilson's just back from an injury, and we're all praying to whichever God we pray to that Wilson doesn't get injured. But one thing is for damn sure, come the January transfer window, this needs to be a key position that we sign a player in, and it has been linked to a really exciting player, a young Brazilian player of all people as well. We all know how good they are producing attacking players. So we're going to cover that right now. We're going to get stuck in, look at the stats, and tell you a little bit about what we think about the lad and see how he would fit into the Newcastle United squad. Just before we do, a little reminder, if you haven't already, click subscribe. I'd love you to come and join us. We're over 5,500 subs, so loads of room for you guys here. Like the video if you can, help the channel grow. And if you fancy being a member, there's an option there for you. It's less than £2 a month to get exclusive views on all the videos, all the previews, and rants and transfer rumours and everything else as well. So why not give us a click, give us a try? You won't regret it. Loads of quality Newcastle United crack. So let's get stuck in. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about this young lad here, Marcos Leonardo. Who? I hear you asking. Who? Well, he's a young Brazilian striker, 20 years old, plays for Santos, and he currently has 49 goals in 151 games for Santos. Now, Santos is a team that has spawned some unbelievable attacking players in the past, going back to the granddaddy of them all, Pele. Neymar's in there, Robinho's in there, Philip Coutinho's in there. So it's got a great track record of spawning some really exciting attacking players. And this kid looks a real good player. He's got pace, he's got great movement, really quick feet, and more importantly, he's an instinctive finisher as well. He scores all types of goals, really good in the air and everything else as well. He's only a little lad, he's only 5'7", but he's already been compared in terms of his style of play to Radamel Falcao, if you remember him when he first broke through. Then obviously went to Porto, Atletico and stuff like that. He was an absolute goal machine, and very similar to the way Leonardo plays there. He's really cute and clever. He plays in the kind of width of the post. He's always inside the box. He can play as a secondary striker, but he's a really talented player, and he knows where the onion bag is as well. And this is exactly the type of player that I think we should be looking at, either this lad or a lad who's coming at the end of his career. But I personally would rather have a younger player who's got levels to get to. And this kid really looks like he could do something in terms of adding value to Newcastle United. So let's have a little run through how he compares to the beautiful Callum Wilson, if we've got him there on the right-hand side. So you can see that Leonardo is only 20 years old. So it's a massive advantage, versus Wilson's 31 years old. Last season, 42 appearances, 21 goals, brilliant strike rate and 4 assists as well. Callum had a great season as well, 36 appearances and 18 goals, obviously in a much more competitive league than the Brazilian league. But, that is great statistics there for Leonardo, as you can see. So his goals is 0.56, which is a great strike rate, as well as XG is 0.49. He's taken 2.6 shots a game, and 0.97 of those are on target. In terms of his assists, he's at 0.11 as well, so he's assisting quite well as a centre forward. Pass completion is decent rates as well, 73%, so he doesn't waste the ball when he gets it, but a really talented player. The transfer fee that has been reported through all the media, and it's growing as well in Brazil. There's a lot of sporting outlets in Brazil that are backing this story up as well, that Newcastle United are interested in having talks with Santos about the player. And the fee reportedly is round about 20 to 25 million euro. So that'd probably be anywhere between kind of 18 to maybe 22 million quid. But what we've seen before with these young Brazilian players is that you get them when they're there, and then they go on to be something better. Going back to Robinho had a similar goal scoring record at Santos than Leonardo has right now. Then he left there and he went to Real Madrid, and the rest was history for him. He was a great player, left obviously Real, went to Man City and everything else, and But, for Leonardo, I think he does look a real smashing player, and it's just the instinctiveness in front of goal. He almost reminds me a bit of when Manchester United signed Chicharito. When he just seems to be in the right place at the right time. He doesn't mess about. It's touch bang, or it's first time shot, back of the net, left foot, right foot with his head, chip finishes, smashing the top corner, one-on-one with the keeper. He seems to be able to have every finish in his locker, and that to me is a great asset for a young player. And if he could learn off the likes of Wilson and Isak how to adapt his game, all the better for me. But the story goes is that Newcastle United want to bring the guy into the Premier League right now. So it's not something like Garang Kual where we're going to bring him in and loan him out, or Minter when we do the same. This lad is Premier League ready in terms of the discussions that we're talking right now. And we need that. We need that player in the squad because we're desperately threadbare in terms of another centre forward. So let's have a look at the red, amber and greens. You can see there, all green, which is a great sign, certainly in the attacking threat. He's in the 99, so pretty much everything. He's like a cheat code in FIFA, really. But it is the Brazilian league. However, he's only 20 years old. As you can see, he's got the ability there to go up levels. If he goes and plays for a really good coach, you can get more out of him, like Eddie Howe, playing a more competitive league, just like a lot of the Brazilians do when they go over to Europe, when they leave their native homeland and they become better players, like some Ronaldo, Adriano, Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, the list goes on. That's what these Brazilian players do. And we could be the beneficiary here of a player like Leonardo who comes to the Premier League at 20 and could go on and become who knows what. But, this has got a long way to go, but this could be a really interesting transfer if the club pull it off. In terms of the kind of low areas, pass completion ain't great. Progressive passes aren't good, but he's a centre forward, he's a goal scorer, he's not really getting involved in the build-up play. Not every striker's a Harry Kane that drops deep and does things with the ball. He's more of a goal scorer, in my opinion, which is exactly what you want him to be. You can see that from his touches in the area as well. He doesn't pass much when he's in the box because he's more interested in shooting and scoring, which he'll do for me, to be honest with you. Progressive carries, as we said, isn't particularly great, but that's not the kind of game that he plays. He does get dispossessed from time to time. He doesn't get dispossessed a great deal. He keeps a hold of the ball really well, in terms of how he uses it. Aerials, one, he doesn't win a lot of headers because he's only 5'7", but I've seen a few goals with his head where it's more his positioning and his run that isn't tracked, and he's got a great leap on him for a little lad of 5'7". So he is capable of scoring headers, but when you have a player like that, you play to his strengths, you slip balls in behind the back four and allow him to run on into them with his pace and his skill and his close control, which is what he seems to do. So for me, I'm all for this transfer. I really hope this is something that Dan Ashworth has been in the background working on, and these are the kind of transfers that we want him to do. These are the kind of transfers that we saw went through at Brighton, where they end up with these world superstars where they get for pocket change and then they go on and sell them for 100-odd million quid. If we can find players like that in South America that can come in and do a job in our squad and then they become better players, either they become first-team superstars or we sell them on, I'm all for it. But we desperately need a third striker right now, and I think Leonardo could really fit the bill, certainly from what I've seen and what I've heard about the player. So let us know in the comments below what you guys think about Leonardo. Are you excited about this? Have you seen him play? Do you know a little bit more about him than we do? Drop a comment, and we always like to hear from you. Yeah, but this is exactly the type of player I think Newcastle should be going for in the January market. Let's hope the club can get this done and get it signed, sealed and delivered so he's ready to come in right at the start of the January window, and we can hopefully use him in that squad depth. But like we say, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. We always appreciate hearing from you. If you haven't already, click subscribe, like the video, help the channel grow. If you want to be a member as well, there's an option there for you, less than £2 and one less than a pint of lager. So loads of quality Newcastle United banner, get early access to the videos, the rants, the transfer videos, etc., etc. So well worth doing it. Smash the button. You won't regret it, guys. Have a cracking day wherever you are. And we'll be back with loads more transfer rumours soon because they're all piling up now. We're getting close to that January window, and we know the squad needs to be added to. So there'll be loads of names being linked. Keep an eye out for it on the channel, guys. Have a good day. See you later. Bye-bye.